FlowRota allows staff to clock on and off to their shifts using either their own mobile device or a shared workplace terminal. To enable clocking for an employee, open their user profile and go to the Clock tab. First, make sure Allow Clock On/Off is enabled. Below this, you'll see the employee's clock terminal pin. Employees can use this pin when clocking in or out on a shared FlowRota terminal device at a workplace location. If the employee clocks in using their own smartphone or personal device, the pin is not required. The next setting is Require Clock On/Off. When enabled, scheduled shifts are only payable if the employee successfully clocks onto the shift. If the employee fails to clock on, the shift will still exist in the rota, but its payable value will be reduced to £0. If this setting is disabled, the scheduled shift remains payable regardless of whether the employee clocked on. The next option is Request GPS when clocking on/off. When enabled, FlowRota will request the employee's GPS location whenever they clock on or off using their mobile device. This GPS data is then attached to the clock card for managers to review. Next is Pay Clocked Time Only. If enabled, employees are only paid for the actual duration they clocked. For example, if an employee clocks off early, only the clocked duration is payable. If disabled, the employee is paid for the full scheduled shift duration, regardless of their actual clocked hours. The next setting is Clock Off Automatically. This allows FlowRota to automatically clock the employee off at their scheduled shift end time if they forget to clock off manually. Below this is Auto Approve Clock On/Off. When enabled, clock cards are automatically approved once the employee clocks off, removing the need for manager review. Finally, if an employee is also a manager of a team, FlowRota needs to know whether they are allowed to approve their own clock cards. This can be enabled or disabled separately for each team the employee both manages and belongs to. It's important to note that employees can only clock onto shifts within teams they are a member of. If an employee is set as a manager of a team, but is not actually added as a member of that team, they will not be able to clock onto shifts within it.